Hey, welcome to the Oakley Podcast, Trucking Business and Family. My name is Jeremy Kellett. I'm Director of Recruiting here at Oakley Trucking, and I'm your host for this podcast. On today's episode, we are talking to another one of our owner-operators, Mr. David Hossack, and I tell you what, this man has been hard to wrangle up and get up here. He has fought us since, I don't know, a couple of years trying to get him up here to do an episode, but I think you'll understand why I've been working so hard to get him up here. And we're going to visit with him a little bit to talk a little bit more about his success story and how he's come a long ways to get to where he is today. So along my side, I got my co-host, Megan Cummings. What's going on, Megan?
I think I always say living the dream.
Yeah.
I should have thought about something else before I came in here.
Well, I mean, I pulled you out of orientation to come up here.
Yeah. I'm trying to move the microwave so you can't hear my heavy breathing.
So I know you've your mind is somewhere else probably,
Yeah.
but I knew you would be mad at me if I got David up here.
Yeah, I would have never forgiven you.
You would have been.
And hopefully David feels the same way.
Of course.
I was
Of course he
hoping
does.
you would say, actually, I'm not going to do it unless Megan's
All you had
in
to
here.
do was ask Megan to ask me.
Well, he's trying. That's all we need to know now. We had to resort to Manuel, his dispatcher, talking him into it to get up here.
I'm so sorry.
And then when he tried to get Manuel up here, Manuel broke out in hives and said, no, I've got trucks to dispatch. So anyway, but no, everything going your way. I know it's a tough week this week. We've had a lot going on. 4-day week, trying to get 5 days done. So
It's been interesting.
I appreciate you coming up here on the spur of the moment.
Absolutely.
To do this and visit.
Got to
with
give the
David.
people what they want.
Oh yeah, I know we do. They've been requesting you.
I mean, yeah, that would be. We'd see angry mobs outside if I wasn't up here. So.
Yeah. Oh, so hey, I appreciate everybody listening to the podcast. We're going to get right into this with David and visit with him a little.
A used semi-truck is a great way to kick off your career as an owner-operator on a budget, and buying from a reputable dealer like Aero Truck Sales ensures you're getting a reliable truck that fits your needs. They carry trucks from all the major manufacturers in the trucking industry and perform a thorough inspection of every truck on their lot to ensure safety and quality and give you confidence that you're getting a reliable truck that will last you for years at a price that you can afford. Being a longtime partner with Oakley Trucking and the Oakley Podcast, we trust them to provide our owner-operators with a truck that fits their needs and matches our qualifications. So whether you're a first-time owner-operator or just looking for a new-to-you rig, be sure to give Keith Wilson and Trey Visor a call at 573-216-6047 and let them know you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast.
Yeah, David, if I didn't explain, David's an owner-operator with us. David, how long have you been with Oakley?
Just over 5 years now.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it doesn't seem like it's gone by so
Yeah,
fast.
it has gone by. It has gone by quick. Yeah, just
And
turned 5
you're pulling a end dump trailer?
End dump, yep.
Okay, is that what you started out doing?
Yes.
So you've been doing that the whole 5 years. Well, tell us a little bit about David. I said the last name right, didn't it? David Hossack?
Hossack.
Hossack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about David's history.
Well, from Scotland originally. Moved here. Gosh, I've been here 32 years, I believe it is now. So, yeah.
And you live?
Live in Arizona, Mesa, Arizona.
That accent's still going strong.
Yeah, he
isn't
can't.
it?
Strong, I
you
guess.
would
Can't
think
shake it.
You'd think I'd lost it by now.
So, okay, wait.
if you would have lived in Arkansas, you would have.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Well, I guess I can't ask that without putting you on the spot about your age. But if you've been, okay, how long have you been here?
Get the calculator out. Well, yeah, let me think. I was 25 when I moved here. It'll be 31 years.
Okay. Wow.
About 31 years I've been here. Yeah, I was about 25, somewhere around there.
So can I ask what made you move here?
I had family. My dad's sister emigrated here back in the 50s, I
Yeah.
guess. You know, and they lived in California. So the first time I came here, I would have been in the early 20s and visited them in California and just blown away. It's just so different, you know.
What's different about it?
I don't know, with the weather. The weather's different. I don't know, just everything. Just the countryside, people. I remember the first time I went in a grocery store. I mean, we have nice grocery stores back home, but going in a grocery store in California and just seeing all the fresh fruit and vegetables, it was like, wow.
You don't have that over in
We
Scotland
do, but just not
as
to
much?
the extent, you
No.
know. I don't know, just everything was bigger.
Okay.
And a lot of people
Yeah.
probably say that, you know, everything was bigger. Cars, trucks, everything's bigger.
So, okay, you said you visited her in.
Visited her, so that was my dad's sister, and she had 3 children, so my cousins. So I hung out, and I made 2 or 3 trips back and forth, over a couple of years, and
Was
just
she in
fell in love with it.
Arizona?
Pardon?
Was she in Arizona?
No, California.
Okay.
Northern California, up near Fremont, California, near San Francisco.
Okay.
And so eventually I was like, you know what, I need to move. Because at the time, this would have been, mid-90s, there was kind of a recession going on over there. So a lot of unemployment, and that was another thing. I opened the newspaper here in California then, it was like jobs, like wow. So I went through the process, and she helped me by sponsoring me, and got the green card. And here I am, 31 years later.
Isn't that so funny how the grass is always greener?
Yep.
Because I'm always thinking,
Yeah.
man,
Well, the
there's
grass is
so
green over
much
there.
to see
And
out
people ask me,
there.
it's so green over there. Yeah, because it rains all the time. So, but yeah, well, I've loved every minute. Been in Arizona we moved there, gosh, how many years? I'll get all my dates and years wrong. 15 years, I think. 14, 15 years I've been in Arizona.
Okay.
Been
Was
trying
there
to talk
anything
my wife into-
particular that drew you there?
Pardon?
Was there anything particular that drew you
Actually,
to
I was
Arizona?
driving for, can I use the word, Swift?
Sure.
I was driving for Swift. When I first came here, I thought I could just go, because I had my Class A. Back over there, they call it a Class 1. And I thought, I'll just go to DMV and get everything switched over. No. I had to take my car test again. A regular car test, so I had to do that. And I thought, at the time, $4,000-$5,000 to go to truck driving school. And I thought, God, maybe I have to do something different. But no, then I was talking to somebody, and he recommended Swift. They had a truck driving school, and it was basically free. The time
If you go through the school,
if you
then,
went through
and then
their
you got to go to
school,
work for them.
they pretty much guaranteed you a job if
Yeah.
you passed your Class A, and if you worked for them for a year, you got all the money back.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Okay.
I think
So that was pretty early on in your
that was
life.
early on. That would have been mid-90s, 95,
Okay.
96, somewhere around there.
But you were driving prior to that in Scotland.
Yeah, but not a lot. Not a
Okay.
lot. Very little. I had my Class A, Class 1, Class A. My father was a truck driver.
Oh, really?
For years, yeah. And he did pretty good for himself. He progressed from that to ended up becoming a hotelier, restaurant, bar.
Okay.
So I kind of grew up more in the hotel side of things. I was actually a chef in my early days. I went to culinary school after school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
After high school?
After high school, yeah. Went to culinary school.
Wow.
And I was a chef for about 4 years.
Now, do you dabble in that anymore?
Not really.
No.
I'll never starve. I can cook, but I probably forgot more than what I learned, really, But, yeah, I enjoyed it while I was young, but the hours were almost as bad as truck driving. Weekends, holidays.
You mentioned your wife over in
Right.
y'all moved to Arizona. Tell me about your family.
Okay, I'm married to my wife, Jackie. We've been married, actually, what are we going on? I better get this right. 12 years. 12 years.
Okay.
And as I say, we have seven children. 6 are grown out of the house, and then we have an 11-year-old. So, and 15 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
15.
So,
That's a lot. Are they all living around that area?
actually 4, maybe I better get this right too. 4 are in Scotland.
Oh.
My oldest daughter still lives there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went
So
back
4
earlier this year, didn't you? Didn't
We
you
went
take
back
a trip
last year.
home? Last year?
Went back last year, which was awesome. That was the first time I'd been back in almost 10 years.
Wow.
So we went back last year and saw everybody. And
Still got a lot of family over there.
yes, yeah, I've got some aunts and uncles, cousins, and the grandkids and my daughter.
And what do they think about you coming over to the U.S. and staying?
I don't know. They like to come. They come here and visit. It's been a few years since they've done that too, but they like it here. But they seem to be happy over there too. So,
Right.
yeah, it's just funny how, like you said, the grass is always greener.
Absolutely.
But
So you got in truck driving school. You went to Swift.
yes,
And drove as a company driver for.
drove as a company driver for them for probably 2 or 3 years, and then I bought my first truck. I would say around 2000, 1995 Freightliner, and leased that one with them.
Okay.
And I think it was something to do with they're based in Phoenix, so
Yeah.
that was part of the story. Plus, the price of buying a home in California was just going.
So
Phoenix then was a lot more affordable.
Yeah.
Not now. It's getting close to California now.
Yeah.
So.
Was there something in particular that drew you to buying a truck instead of just being a company driver at the time? Do you remember?
Just want to be my own boss, really. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's a big decision.
It is a big decision. Yeah.
But you've been doing it now for a long time. So
Been doing it for a while now. Well, I went back.
I was going to say, have you gone back to
yes,
company driver?
prior to coming here, I was driving a company driver for 10 years, hauling tanks, chemical company. Did that, and they ended up closing the plant. It was a chemical plant in Arizona, and they shut that down. It was on the reservation,
Okay.
and something to do with their lease, or they didn't want to. The tribe didn't want to renew the lease.
Was that what you were doing before you came here?
Pardon?
Was that what you were doing before you came here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So what made
Well,
you
actually-
decide to come here?
I don't think I've ever told you this before. I spoke to someone here back in the early 2000s. Scott, in recruiting.
Yeah,
can't remember.
maybe.
And at the time, I had some personal things going on. I ended up having to sell the truck. But I'd always had Oakley in the back of my mind for some reason, yeah. And so actually, I was wrong. I worked for 10 years for a company, and then when that happened, when they shut down, I decided to go buy a truck. And my wife said, well, I was looking at used trucks. And she said, well, no, if you're going to buy a truck, buy a new one. Okay. So I called the dealership back and said, wife says buy a new truck. So we did, and I worked for a guy that was a broker for Landstar in Arizona. Worked for him for about a year and a half maybe. And of course, same old story with van rates. When it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's not. And we were in the not so good period for a while, and I must have filled something in online for Oakley, and one day I got a call from Kent Childress, and the rest is history.
Here you are.
Here I am.
5 years later.
5 years. Yeah.
Well, I always like to see how guys learned about us.
Right.
Because, typically you talk to some other owner-operators before you
Yep.
come over.
Yep.
Did you ever do that?
I did.
Did you?
To several, and never got a bad story. So that was like, because normally if you go talk to some other carrier drivers, you might get 2 or 3 good,
Someone's
and you're going to
gonna
get
have
2 or 3
something
bad.
bad to say. Yeah.
I never heard a bad word. I'm like, okay.
It'll be
So
something
I
to
started
this.
digging a little further, and as I say, me and Kent spoke for a while, and I said, right. I'm
How long
ready.
do you think that process took? I mean, you speaking with Kent, you doing your research. I mean, I think a lot of people think that happens quick, but
No,
it doesn't.
I would say probably about 6 months.
Yeah.
Before I actually came over.
Yep.
Between talking to other people, Oakley drivers. Now my wife was death against it. She didn't want me to. She thought I should stay where I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think she knew that I had done some research on my own, and I knew the company had been here a long time. So I knew kind of what was going on. So I think she was a little nervous.
Yeah. Of
about
course.
me making the jump.
Yeah.
So.
We had a brand new truck.
Yeah, well, it was yeah.
Year or
it was
two
probably
old,
about,
yeah.
It was about 7, 8 months old when I brought it over here.
Now, what kind of truck do you own now?
Just got a new one in December. Kenworth W900.
Really?
Yeah,
Brand new.
it was brand new. Picked it up in December. So,
Nice.
Knock on wood. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Good deal.
Loving
Those
it.
W9s are beautiful trucks.
Nice rides good. It's nice and smooth. So I'm happy.
Is it kind of off the subject? Is it hard to get in and out of places with that W9? Some
Not
places?
really. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
To be honest, no.
Yeah.
No.
I know we go into some tight places.
We do. But you just got to be careful. Take your time and
Know
maybe
how
a
to
little
drive.
bit more back and forth.
Know how to drive.
Well, yeah.
What's some of the? I try to ask, a lot of our owner operators that we interview, David. What are some of the biggest challenges becoming an owner operator or being an owner operator? Because I think a lot of guys out there, maybe company drivers, they have that dream, maybe I want to be an owner-operator someday, but they feel like it's unattainable. They feel like that's just, trucks cost so much and repairs, and I'm scared to do it. I mean, what would you tell somebody thinking about it?
Fear is a big thing.
Yeah.
Scared to make a jump, because it is a big jump. To go buy your own truck. You're in charge. Tires, repairs. You have to plan. You have to. If it's something that you really want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
It's America, man. You can do anything.
Yeah.
And just do it. Go buy a truck and come work for Oakley. I'd recommend it to anybody. And I've been doing it for a while, and
Yeah.
I wish I'd done it sooner.
Well, and that's what we hear from most of our guys that are over here doing it. I just know that, being an owner-operator is not easy.
No, it's not easy. You got to plan. You got to plan financially. You got to plan your time, and it's hard being away from home. But I know guys here at Oakley that get home regular. It's my choice. I stay gone longer, and then I go home for a little bit longer. So, yeah, it's worked out real good for me.
So what does your wife think now?
Oh, she wouldn't let me leave here now. Yeah, she's very happy. Very happy.
Is she?
She'll be happy here in a couple of weeks when she gets her annual birthday present in
Oh,
October. She gets a weekend all-inclusive trip to Little Rock.
she's coming
on
to
the
the.
19th.
I hear it's
Oh,
beautiful there this
good.
time
Yeah,
of year.
her birthday's the 17th. Get a plug
She's
there,
coming
Jack.
to the company
Perfect.
party.
She'll be here at the party, yeah.
Awesome.
We'll have to tell her
She
happy
was here
late
last
birthday.
year.
Was
here
she?
last year, yeah.
So she must have enjoyed it.
Was she here last year? Wait a minute, because we had one of those 15. We had the last grandkid. No, because she'll be. I think it was 2 years. Did we have a party 2 years ago?
We've had it every year.
No, well we missed.
No,
a
we
couple
didn't
of
have.
COVID.
21,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There was one in 22.
Maybe
That's
that-
when they
Yeah,
started.
There
yeah,
was
we
one she
missed.
missed.
Yeah, you're right. We missed a
We
couple.
missed a couple, and then the first one that when we started up again, she missed that because that would have been the last grandchild.
Well, good.
She
I'm
was
glad
born-
she's coming
She was
back.
born the night of the company party.
Oh, really?
Because I remember going back to the hotel a little earlier than usual from the party and talking to her on the phone, and yeah, that was our last granddaughter.
Oh.
Was born then, the
Oh,
night
yeah.
of the Oakley party.
LubeZone has been servicing single trucks and truck fleets for more than 20 years across 12 locations nationwide. LubeZone specializes in quick, full-service oil changes that take approximately 30 to 40 minutes. They also offer tractor-trailer grease, gearbox service, generator service, reefer service, and DOT inspections. They aim to go the extra mile when it comes to quality control. This means your tractor is checked not only once, but 2 times to ensure all service and parts meet their guaranteed quality and standards. No other service center knows semi-trucks better than LubeZone. If your truck needs serviced, check out lubezone.com to find all of their locations, and when you stop by, let them know you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast.
Well, it's a good time. I'm glad she's coming back, and I'm
Yeah,
glad she's enjoying
She enjoys it. She
You
enjoys
know.
it. We've met a lot of people, a lot of drivers here.
Have you?
Yeah.
Made a lot of friends.
A lot of friends. When I first started here, everybody was so helpful. Hey man, here's my phone number. If you need any help, give me a call. And boy, I did. And my trainer was, God rest his soul, old Dan Riley.
Was he really?
Dan was my trainer, and we spoke a lot.
Did you?
When I first went on my own, that first few weeks.
Yeah.
And he was helpful. But yeah, he taught me a lot, man. Good guy.
Yeah, he was.
What a good
So-
group of people here.
Yeah, really great.
Well,
And I've
one-
met a lot of people.
One you met, you can't get rid of.
Who's that there?
Josh.
Oh, Josh Scales, Mr. Whistlebritches.
Is that what you call it? Oh, we were talking about that before we
Yeah.
started the episode. That's why I mentioned Josh. Yeah.
Josh, yeah, Josh is a good guy. Well, he's on Manuel's board also.
Yeah.
And we actually met probably, I think we've both been here about the same amount of time, actually, about 5 years. And I think we met at a customer's after about a year or so. And we
Okay.
just kind of spoke and never exchanged numbers or nothing. And then we ended up having, I think, a mutual friend, another driver that's here. And we passed each other on the road one day. And Josh called the other driver, I can't think of his name now. I got my number.
Okay.
So we talk a lot.
You mentioned y'all both have the same dispatcher, Manuel.
Yes.
Tell our listeners a little bit about how dispatch works here.
How it
From your
works.
point of the side of it.
Ever since day one, I've got on great with Manuel. So I think it's lucky. Maybe we're both, some personality-wise, I hate to say it. I don't have a bad word to say about him. Sorry, Manuel. We'll be cutting at it. But no, Manuel's been great to work for. How does dispatch work? Communication.
There you go.
You know, call them up. I never call them first thing in the morning because I figure they're busy, you know, but most of the time I know what I'm doing until maybe later in the day. But I'll give them a call, you know, before 9 o'clock and check in and just communicate. You know, I'm on time, I'm not on time. I'd probably do that the evening before, you know. But even on weekends, he's readily available if needed. Again, I don't like doing it, you know.
Sure.
But he's there 24/7, really.
What a lot of people come over and have never pulled an end up before, David.
Right.
Little intimidating.
It can be. It can be.
What's some advice, or what's the good and the bad about pulling an end up?
The good thing, the things I like about it is it's normally fairly quick, you know, to get loaded. Sometimes it could be 5-10 minutes and you're done, you know. Same with unloading. It's normally quick. It's not like pulling van freight where you have to be at Walmart distribution center at 11 o'clock at night or something, you know. You're pretty much, what I like about the end dump is you have a window, you know. So if you say I'm going to deliver in Memphis tomorrow morning, well, they're open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Obviously, you want to get there early as possible so you can get another load.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I would say is good. The bad, there's not a lot. I mean, it can get dirty.
Yeah.
You know, you got work.
Yep.
So
Getting the
plenty
weights
of
right.
T-shirts, you know, change your clothes. You're going to get dirty.
Getting the
But it's
weights
not
right.
terrible. Pardon?
Getting the weights right.
That can be a little tricky. Now, of course, most of your newer trailers now you've gone to the spread axle. That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have to just take your time. That's the biggest tip I would give anybody: is take your time. Don't get in a rush, and I wouldn't be scared of it, you know. But you have to show a little bit of respect to putting that trailer up in there. But safety first.
Yeah.
Make sure
We
you're
didn't pay
level.
him to say that,
Nope.
by the way.
No, you didn't. Not yet.
Well, and here's another little tidbit, Megan, that I don't know if you remember, but there's, you know, him saying these things reminds me that he is a former owner-operator of the year.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
you
yeah. That
were.
was during COVID.
Was it?
I never got presented at the party, but yeah, that's right. Yeah, Manuel. Yeah.
So
Well deserved.
yeah. So for our listeners out there, we have, you know, each dispatcher has a board of owner operators, and every year they pick one out of their board of owner operators and pick who they think did them the best job, and it includes safety, customer service, paperwork, log, everything of what they do the best at in those divisions, and David was one of them.
Doesn't surprise me one
No,
bit.
me
Thank you.
either.
I was honored.
Me
Yeah,
either.
Surprised actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
you think you're going to repeat anytime soon?
No, I don't know. I should have used that as bargaining power to get up here.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea. What else?
David, okay, so just for argument's sake, if we talked about the chef thing,
Right.
tried that, dabbled in that.
Yeah.
So if you weren't trucking, have you ever thought about what you would do instead? It's a career for a living.
I honestly don't know.
Really?
You know, for a while there, I thought about getting into like maybe real estate or mortgages,
Yeah.
kind of thing, but I never did. Never did. I don't know. Maybe come and work in the office dispatch,
Yeah.
which I don't think I could do. Another tip of the hat to Manuel.
We'll get your
How many
computer
trucks
set
do
up
they
before
have?
we leave.
Yeah.
40, 50 trucks?
Yeah.
I could maybe handle 4 or 5.
Right. Me too.
How they do it, I don't know.
I don't know. They're good.
They're good.
They're
Very
real
good.
good, real
Keep us
good.
all busy. Even in the slow times, there's always something, you know, keep us moving.
What's the
Very
future look like for David Hossack?
Well, we're not getting no younger,
Right.
so just keep on doing.
You got plans down the road? You think you ever move back to Scotland, or you'll just go back and visit?
You know, as I say, we went back last year, and my wife had been there before, but she said, "Oh, boy, I wish we could spend the summers over in Scotland and then winters over here." Well, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
We'll buy a lotto ticket, you know. But I'd like to get her to move this way,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
just for the reason that we mentioned earlier. Arizona, the houses have just gone nuts. So I'd like to come out here. I said we could have a small farm
Yeah.
for the price of a
Yeah.
house in Arizona. You know, so I would use the grandkids. Yeah, we could get some
There you
horses,
go.
some chickens. So I'm trying. But the future, hopefully I'm still here when I'm here till I retire, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's the plan. I told the wife this will be my last truck. I'm 56 years old this year, so now you'll get another one.
You'll get another one.
Yeah.
But I like this
The way
one.
you
You hear
go,
that
you'll
all the
have that
time.
wore out in 3 or 4 years.
Gosh, I hope not, because I've got to pay for it for about
So
5.
you got you get another one.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, anything else, Megan, before we?
Always a pleasure to have you, David.
It is.
I did want to say this, and this isn't just because the cameras are rolling, but
Right.
David is such a pleasure to have around. It's always nice when he comes in the office, and us late, we've got our little desk cubicles, and one time David came in, and Vicky was like, "You know what? I think you should just come in here sometime and read the news.
Yes, I remember.
Give us the weather forecast or something." But yeah, always a pleasure to work. Always in a good mood.
Well, you know,
You
for
know.
Yeah.
for the record, Megan has been such a joy to work with, and I'm sure all the drivers that go to Canada will vouch for this. That you're on top of your job and take care of us.
Yeah.
I
So
sure
thank you,
try.
Megan.
You guys make it very easy.
Yeah.
So,
As a matter of
it's
fact, we're
always
going to
helpful.
Canada tomorrow.
Yeah, you are.
Are you really?
We'll do your
Yeah.
paperwork when we go back
Up
downstairs.
to Niagara Falls, so it should be a little cooler up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll be good.
Yeah. So
Well, I appreciate you sitting up here
Thank
with
you.
us. I know it was tough to get.
Yeah.
You've been fighting us for a while,
know, I know.
but Megan's right. I mean, the reason that we always wanted to get you up here once because I knew you had a story from Scotland, but you're just always in such a good mood, and you just bring a light into this office when you come in here, and it makes everybody else smile and brings everybody else up. So it's great to have owner operators like you, David. We got a bunch of them too, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Out here, and it's just a great.
Good. Thank you.
Appreciate you doing it, man.
thank you very much.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening to the Oakley Podcast. We appreciate you guys every week trying to bring you some good, unique stuff that not everybody hears, that not every podcast is doing. And I'm telling you, we've got some fantastic owner-operators that have great stories. And I think, I just like to bring to light to our listeners out there that these owner-operators are real people, that do a great job and have stories just like everybody else does. So glad to bring it to you. I appreciate everybody listening to the Oakley Podcast, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.